We're gonna do this. Do it at the start, so that way we actually don't fuck this up. Okay. There we go. That should solve it. Because there's the poll. Start. Go. We hit there. So that's the current. We go to analytic. We're getting quicker with it. We're getting quicker with it. We're sorry for the interruption, folks. But, we turned around and realized that we didn't have the poll down to begin with. Hey, Atra. Welcome to part 3 of today's streaming adventure of trying to get the fact of our numbers down. Because we've been trying to get our numbers down all day. Well, since around our normal start time. Reload. Hello.
Love you, Chris.
Love you too. Figured. It's gonna be slow for a moment, but it'll pick up. I was watching the numbers on the last one. It'll pick up quick. See, we're already picking back up. Yes. Yes. That is what I was waiting for, was that nice little thumbs up. Because, reality's sake is, yeah, I know what I did. I waited way too long into the stream to turn around and put the poll up. If I was going to put the poll up, I should have done it at the very start. But you know what? With the numbers I was seeing on that last one, y'all, we made almost 8 hours worth of watch time. That last session was almost 8 hours worth of watch time in and of itself. Now, I can't guarantee how many subscribers we're currently at yet, because I'm not opening up 2 pages. But, ultimately, if things keep going the way that they're going for the channel, we're going to get monetized pretty quick. Because straight up, I know that every single live stream counts to the fact of the long-form content. And I know the fact that all of the quote-unquote long-form content, we've only got to get 3,000 watch hours on it. 3,000 watch hours and 500 subs. And then we got our super chats down the list for the fact of the live streams. Now, reality's sake is, I know that that's asking a lot. But at the same time, I totally think we can do it. And I honestly think that we could do it before May. I honestly believe by the end of April into May that we can hit that mark. Almost guaranteed. Because, like, straight up, every time that I check my weekly analytics, we got like 30 or 40% of our viewers that are not subscribed. Now, if you're part of that 30 or 40%, that were in here last week and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because obviously it was worth coming back. Alright, go you girl. Yes, yes, hello lovely lady. Yes, God Eater, a shout out to your daughter, but because of the fact of the pronunciation issues for which that I would fall into, man, I know that it's going to sound messed up. There's a lot of people that I can guarantee would use that as a trap to send that in for a report because of the pronunciation, because of how it would sound coming out of my mouth. So as much as I respect you and give a shout out to your daughter, I'm not going to risk it with the fact of my pronunciation on the channel. I'm sorry. But yeah, I would allow any of my moderators to turn around and give that shout out in chat. I'm just not willing to let my lack of pronunciation skill get me in trouble. In and of its own way, yeah. It's a fucked off way to look at it, but yeah. Because I know the way that I would end up pronouncing it, and the way that I would end up pronouncing it is going to end up way, way, way too close to the fact of something else, and we'll get that report thrown in by some troll. I've had family that fought on both sides of that war. You're not going to turn around and bait me into it. Dude, you can't just try to bait me like that. That's too simple. Straight up. I've had family on both sides of that war, both quote unquote American and Native American family members that got caught up on both sides of that war. Yeah, it is crazy how we have to censor free speech. I don't deny that one bit. Thank you, Atra. You just saved me about 5 seconds. Because do me a favor. Mods that are in chat. I know this is going to be tough, but when that timeout runs out, nobody touch him. He's mine. He wants to play the bait game. We'll play the bait game, but he's going to look damn stupid by the time he's done. Oh, I know we live in a sensitive day and age. Depussify these fucking goddamn people in this country, because reality's sake is there are too many people that are just pussified. But straight up, yeah. When he comes out of timeout, he's mine. Nobody touch him. Because I want to have some fun today. I have been pent up and holding back on Teddy's channel in a lot of ways with all the trolls. Boyo wants to play the troll game, we'll play. And by the time it's done, he's going to be the one looking stupid. He'll be wearing egg on his face, and I'll be walking away saying, I told you so. Because, I'm sorry, it's just one of those days for the trolls. I'm not in the mood for the trolls. There are plenty of other channels to go fuck with. Don't try playing with mine. Oh, fuck yeah, I bet it'll shock everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally respect the fact that in their culture that they're able to turn around and name their child a name and not have a problem with it. But fuck America is pussified when I can't say a child's name because it's too close to another word. Just due to pronunciation. Trust and believe, that fucks with me. Oh, probably. Probably. The thing is, both sides are just as possible. That's the thing. I've got to look at it from both ends. You know, from both ends, I've got to look at it that way. Because ultimately, truth, they could be lying about the fact of having their daughter. But in the same point, I know how close cultural pronunciations can go. But If that really is their daughter's name, it sucks that I can't say their name because of a fucking pronunciation. Oh, the thing is, it's funny because here's the deal. Let him. Like I said, when he gets out of timeout, let him. Because Canna's been waiting to have some fun. And the thing is, people say that eyes don't lie. If he wants to bait Canna and he wants to play the game, he'll be the one that comes out looking stupid. And the eyes, they don't lie. Hey, King, I don't have to act it. I actually do. I'm just high functioning. See, this is why Canna says he's dealt with the trolls over the years. This is why school wasn't fun for Canna, was because of all the trolls and bullies. Well, guess what? Canna turned 18. Canna got his full rights, and Canna is waiting for the next one. Because, like I said, he's mine. Tourette's. The one you're thinking of is Tourette's. And to an extent, I do per se have certain markers that could be considered Tourette's, but they're also markers for ADHD, ADD down the list. You know, the twitching, the shaking of the foot down the list. But yeah, don't feel bad about the fact of the Asperger's. I have no intention of hiding it. Yeah, specifically verbal Tourette's. That's a totally different ballgame. See, I'm not stuck with verbal Tourette's, thankfully. But yeah, I've got the motor tics and the fact of the I have those twitches where my body starts to twitch and I want to reach out and grab a troll and have some fun. But I can't do it, so I have to do it verbally with a silver tongue that's not going to get me in trouble with YouTube. And it's a difficult game to play, but you know what? I can play that game. The last one lost. Oh. Beautiful trick for OCD. Set up your string art and turn around and do it on paper instead of with wooden nails. And get a very, very, very fine-tipped pencil and or a very fine-tipped pen and set your lines for an 1/8 inch apart. And go through any of the standard line art patterns that you find. Yeah, I know, right? Most of our lists are too long to add into the comment section. That's why we have a Discord, folks. That's a perfect segue. Guys, if you've been around on the channel for a while and you didn't know and or you haven't checked it out, we have a Discord for the channel for the Canna Lounge. It's down there in the comment section. And if you stuck around through the fact of the last 2 or 3 live streams and you've been willing to come back, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell. We're here at least 3 times a week, and today we're looking at like 6 days for the week. Ultimately. The thing is, reality's sake is, I can see where he's coming from because sometimes clutter's not clutter. Sometimes clutter is just that disorganized organization. Hello. I don't have a phone to answer you. Go away. Stop interrupting the show. Yeah, exactly. It's just like I was turning around and actually sitting in another streamer's live stream. Like I said, the W dad that got my subscription in like less than 5 minutes on his stream. You know, and that's hard to get Canna to do, to hit that subscribe button in less than 5 minutes, but he managed it. Turned around and ended up having that moment of, more or less, I think I have a way to solve the fact of the movie nights now. Okay? But what sucks is, if I'm not mistaken, I have to double check things because I got to do my own research on it and make sure that things line up. But we might be able to do the movie nights through the fact of, quote unquote, over on Twitch. We may actually be able to do the movie nights over on Twitch. But for us to be able to do it, I've got to make sure that everything lines up and is correct and, you know, down the list. And yet 16 minutes in, we're already back at 60 views. 'Cause you ain't grinding until you tired. So I'm grinding with my eyes wide, looking to find a way through the day, a light through the night. Dear Lord, you done took so many of my people. I'm just wondering why you haven't taken my life. So I put the everybody in my life. Rebella, take me away. Oh, I know. It's like I said, we're doing a lot of catch up. Okay? We're doing a lot of catch up with the channel. Because we started 7 years ago when it was all basic and we could just turn around and run it through just YouTube alone, before we ever had to turn around and connect in with any other channels. But we let it slack and slide, and we didn't have a concept or a premise, and we didn't think it was enough of a show without a concept or a premise to continue moving forward with it. And then we saw Teddy, and we realized, damn, that's basically what we were going to do. And it works. And we're in an age where it can work. Fuck yeah, it's time. And we hit the go button. Shit Wi-Fi and all. Not any advice yet. Got you. For what it's worth, I got that message. It was caught. But yeah, no advice yet. Gotta turn around and get into the system and learn it a little bit first. Because I'm not willing to give advice on a system I don't know well enough to give advice on. Don't remember how those got set, so... Yep. They just made it official again, and are once again rerunning the dictation that Trump promises that more tariffs will come if Canada retaliates by turning around in place and imparting tariffs on the U.S. for the tariffs that the U.S. is imparting on them. Guys, the economic trade war has begun. And it's not just my channel stating it. Canada stated it themselves. You can go fact check Canna. The trade war has begun. And we're fixing to get Mexico's answer here shortly and very fucking soon on their dictation as to where their stance is on this trade war, because it's going to affect the entire fucking continent. Not just us, but Mexico and the rest of the fucking world. Guys, our leaders are playing a dick war again, and we're right in the fucking middle of it. But, you know, it's what we do when it's on a major fucking news day, and we got the leader of our country that's only been in power for 40 days, going on dictating what he's done for the country so far, while we've all gotten the backlog of illegal acts and illegal actions that the man has taken since he got back into office. That is not Canna's opinion. You can fact check that yourself. The man has broken so many laws since he went back into office because he is politically inept. And we put him back in there. Well, I didn't. I didn't vote for him. No, we don't own Canada, not at all. Canada said, fuck you, you cannot buy our land. Trump said, fuck you, I will put trade tariffs on your land. Canada is now retaliating, stating that, quote unquote, they will be sending in their own financial tariffs for the fact of the US to have to abide by, which means Trump is going to up the tariffs by the amount that Canada stated that they want. It's a dick war. My dick is bigger than yours and I'll fucking prove it. Politics at its finest, people. It's a waste of fucking time. And we voted these fucks back into office? Come on. Oh yeah, exactly. It's all for entertainment purposes, don't get me wrong. Canna's an opinionated prick, but I understand that opinions are free speech and everyone has the right to their opinion. They're just like assholes, everyone's got one. Feel free to leave yours down in the comments section. We'd love to get the conversation going. Because truth, today is just a fucking governmental bonfire, people. I mean, we are the world laughingstock right now, and we're also basically turning around and putting a target on our back for every other major power to turn around and put that pressure on us. Wait, we're not doing it. Our leaders are. Are we fucking nuts? Yeah, our votes don't mean shit. They go to the Electoral College. For those that don't know how the US election system works, our votes that we put in the ballot box go to the Electoral College. The Electoral College then picks their candidate out of the fact of their list of candidates that have been brought up for the fact of the election. No matter whether they're the one that we voted for or not, the one that they pick will turn around and go forward into the final fucking candidacy for the final vote. That's how that works. We get rochambeaued in the middle of our election, and most people don't even realize it. Ah ha ha ha. Well, Ivanka is sexy. At least I think Ivanka is the wife. Right? Alright, yeah. Yeah, if we're talking Ivanka and we're talking the wife, yeah. Man, I'm sorry, Ivanka's sexy. What the fuck she sees in him, I don't know. Other than the fact that I think it's a ploy to turn around and have a connection. But, you know, that's all conspiracy theories and entertainment purposes. Though I hate the term conspiracy theorist because it was made to debunk critical thinking. I mean, I'm sorry. The USSR covered a lot more territory than Russia covers today, and we're still currently active in the Cold War with Russia. That war was never brought to a treatise. It is still going. That's the trip. We have over 180 currently active wars in the US. When we say that the US is a warlike people, we mean it. But it's because we've been waving a fucking dick war for 200 years trying to find our place in the fact of the US, with the fact of the US and the world's countries. But please, somebody, give me a different subject. Because politics are taxing. If we kept up on politics for everything that they do, no. Yep, yep, yep. Take care, Sapphire. If you're taking off, have a good day. Yeah, guys, please give me something other than politics. The views are crashing. Stone Canna and politics don't get along, man. It don't work. Yeah, no shit. We wouldn't have a life. Well, truth is, honestly, I think that if the U.S. population was to look at the Constitution and the documents that were written at the time that the country was founded, take into account proper adjustment for the new day and age that we're living in, and the changes that have come up over the years, and implemented it properly, we'd be a lot better off. But you can't just rip the Constitution apart and say that this, and this doesn't exist. The Supreme Court has canceled at least 3, to my knowledge, at least 3, if not more, of the presidential orders that have gone out because they are quote unquote not constitutional. It's always 420 somewhere. We can always catch back up with a hit. Whew. That one needed to purge. Funny. Related for 20. I don't know. I can trick my mind to fucking go backwards 2 minutes in time. How about you? Canna's pretty fucking stoned anyway. Going backwards 2 minutes ain't hard. But then we'd be back at the... No. Nice one, M&G. Nice try. We're getting this fucking dab in. Dabby do, fucker. Oh, stars shine in blindness, oh, where do you go? Oh, that one rung the bell. And here's the thing. They state that they turned around and randomly picked that time. Okay. It wasn't random. It wasn't random. They won't tell the reasons why that time was so specific, but it wasn't random. It was that moment of most schools let out by 3. By 4:20, you're an hour and 20 minutes out. Most of the time, you're able to get home within an hour from the time that school lets out. That gives you about 15-20 minutes from the time that you go and drop your bag at home to go and get to your buddy's house, which is usually plenty of time. Well, I wouldn't be surprised that someone named Poop eats fried foreskins. Though that is freaky. I mean, come on. That's still a little freaky, buddy. But yeah, M&G, it's true. It's true. That is the official story. But personally, I think it was because of the timing that it takes us on average for California schools back to home. Right here. Right here, favorite color green. Yeah. Oh, man. That dab kicked my ass. Yeah. Regular poop green or baby poop green? There's two different variants of that fucker. If you're gonna commit to the bit, then you better commit. Because, man, Poop is a little bit too easy of a troll name to go with, dude. I mean, I'm sure that it probably started as just a random thought. But, dude, you could do so much better with your username than Poop. Organic or commercial? Oh. The funny thing is, my favorite color is green, but I mostly wear gray, blue, black. And very occasionally a red undershirt with a black over. Oh, as close to blood red as I can get. And I'm not talking quote-unquote California notations of blood red. I'm talking legitimately as close to the color of blood red as you can get. Oh, no, no, no. If your poop is blood red, go to the hospital. You need to get checked out. Kinda, sorta. That really dark, deep tone of red that's just shy of maroon. Almost on the verge of maroon, but not there yet. You know, the way blood looks after a day or two when it's turned around and dried out. Either when it's been dried out or when it's completely 100% fresh. It's the only way that I can explain that red. It's fucked, I'm sorry, but it's the only way I know how to explain that color, because it's just something about it. Yeah, I know there's different shades of blood too. It depends on when you turn around and look at it. But yeah, it's blood red, and I don't know how to fucking explain it otherwise. Black and teal. That's a great combination. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Someone who has a really good iron count in their blood. Those nice, fresh, clear red. The beautiful bright. Um, yeah. I swear I was a vampire in another age. In a different life, I had to have been a blood drinker. Because, mm, mind you, folks, all for entertainment purposes. The bit's the bit. But yeah, I bet you I was a blood drinker in a different lifetime. Because it's almost like you get that sharp taste in your teeth. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Did you know that pink, believe it or not, the color pink actually does not exist? It is simply our brain making up a color for something that our brain cannot comprehend. It is literally a non-comprehended color. You know the funny thing? I knew I was going to drop into that viewer gap again when this started. And yet we're still 79 views already. I mean, we might just break another 100 before the fact of the hour being up again. But I think after this one, we're going to call it. Because we'll be covering... like upwards of a half an hour past the fact of what we normally stream. Just not sure whether we should do a late night stream. I'm sure I could probably get the fact of the royalty free music set up again and do late night stream and turn around and end up setting that off, but yeah. Not sure how I want to set that one up. Oh, if you're saying I'll get a good laugh, the poll's at 69. Yep. You know what? I'll take it. It's still over half of the audience. It's over 60%. That right there is enough to be passing in California public schools. I'll take it. And for those that think I'm joking, I'm not joking. I'm being honest. That's enough to pass in California public schools. I'm living proof because I just quit fucking caring about my tests. 69, 70%, we're good. Oh, drop the poll. No. Don't end the poll, dumbass. It's not what you want to do. Screw it. Leave it alone. It's working, just leave it alone. Be smart, Canna. I know that you're dabby dude, and I know that you're a little bit stoner rude, but just be smart, leave the fucking phone alone, it's working. don't make yourself yell at the electronics again. You did that last time when you set the fucking pole. Speaking of setting poles, one way or another we're going fishing. I'm finding somewhere to fucking fish. Because I'm tired of not being able to fish. I need to go to the fucking water. I need to throw a pole in the water. I need to see what I can catch. Yeah, I ain't fixing what I ain't already... No. Right quote, wrong timing from my tongue. Canna stone and rude. But yeah, sooner or later, I'm going fucking fishing, even if it means that I have to turn around and end up recording it as a video, and then turn around and put it in later. Okay? But, yeah, fishing weather is coming up. And I really, really want to get back out on the water and see what we can catch. I gotta find somewhere to actually fish. That, and I gotta reinstate my fishing license. That fucker lapsed at the end of February. I forgot to pay the bill. But we got a little bit for the waters to warm up anyway, so we got some time before we actually need that fishing license. But it is a future concept. Oh, by the way, Atra, you want a really great laugh? A really awesome fucking laugh? Yes, no, maybe so. It finally came in. I've only been trying to get this fucking ashtray for months. Because it's all off the fact of, quote unquote, oh, the turtles, they're bait thieves. They are straight up bait thieves. They will steal the bait, and every once in a while they end up having a tendency to get hooked. And then they either steal your hook, or they turn around and end up going through and get brought up to shore and then get released. Because, I'm sorry, I am catch and release. If I don't have to take the creature's life and or I'm not trying to fish for dinner that night, the fish is getting released and or the turtle is getting released or whatever is caught is getting released. Yeah, I know. All because that fucking alligator turtle started a damn fucking boxing match. Because it turned around and stole an 80-pound test line hook. Just straight chomped that son of a bitch off the line. And I'm not even kidding. Because when I reeled that line back in, did it or did it not have a fucking hook at the end? No, the hook was gone. And that was 80-pound test. And that was on 80-pound test line. And that line was fucking partially gone too. I could see where it had been frayed. And turned around and just fucking chomped off. And I know what happened. That's a fucking big-ass alligator turtle. That's not a gar, that's not a fucking flathead, that's a straight-up alligator turtle. That's something that will take your fucking foot or your hand. No. No. But it started a war with the turtles. Because that fucker, I'll guarantee you, is still running around with a hook in its mouth because it broke off. So I know he had to be at least a good 90 to 100-pound turtle. Because that's the only thing in that water I can think of that can get that big. I mean, yeah, we've got gar that'll get that big, but they don't go into that pond. Not the ones that are that size. They're up in the fucking stream. But yeah, there is an ongoing war with the turtles. They started it. That was my good lure. And it went to a fucking turtle instead of the fish that I was casting for. Oh, no shit. Because I know the water's not that fucking deep. It's only like 4 or 6 foot deep at the fucking deepest. Especially over there in that fucking pond area over where they turn around and pull the agricultural pump from. I mean, I know that's not that big of a fucking area. I'm glad that fucker went back upstream and turned around and let people fucking swim for the rest of the summer. But then again, when you're running around with a fucking 80-pound test hook running in your fucking mouth, I'm not talking one of the fucking tiny hooks that we use for fish. I'm talking one of the heavy hooks. That fucker's still running around with it. I never got my hook back. And I'm sure it's healed up by now. And it's probably turned around and become nothing but a piercing on that turtle. But it's got its fucking battle scar. It's got its fucking proof. That fucker is one badass turtle. He'd make Donatello proud. Or Raphael. Maybe even Leonardo. Or the rat that I can't remember the name of. Fucking Kung Fu Panda. Ruined my brain. All I can think of is Master Uguay. And the skadoosh. Yeah, no shit, right? It's just like I don't want to impale my foot again. And then get told that it wasn't a fucking through and through when there's blood coming out the other side. You know, thanks a lot, Mercy. That was fucking great of you. That was so brilliant of you. My foot went numb that night because y'all made me wait. Yeah, no shit. I don't want to impale my fucking foot again, because the last time I did that, they made me wait fucking 9 hours. Hey, Jacob, welcome back. Let's get real, okay? We know the current political climate. We know the current fucking judicial climate. We know the fact of the fucking high-profile cases that are going. Yeah, thank you, Master Splinter. Thank you. Because, yeah, the minute my brain said Master, all I could think of was Oogway, and my brain started fucking trolling from there. But yeah, he would have made Splinter proud. I'll guarantee you he's running around with that heavy-ass hook fucking pierced through, and still running around like nothing ever happened. Because he had to have been a 100-plus pound fucking turtle. And the funny thing is, my mod and my uncle and the fact of my uncle's buddy, they were all witness to it. You know, this isn't the fact of Canna saying that he caught something the size of his palm and then turned around and had it fucking run away. Which I have had happen. I get pissed when it does. Because something the size of my palm, that's perfect bait fish. If you hook it up right. I mean, I hate to say it, but if I get the right size fish for a bait fish, I'm gonna turn around and hook it up right, so that way it turns around and stays on the hook. And I'm going for something bigger. Because if I'm fishing, I'm trying to fish for dinner. But if it ain't big enough, I'm throwing it back. Tablet turned off. Why did you shut off? There was no reason for that. You have like 80% of a charge on you. And I know you didn't burn through it. What the hell, tablet? See, I'm really picky about the fish that I'll eat. That's the thing. I'm really picky about the fish that I'll eat. Because the thing is, most people, when they catch a cat, they want to keep it. Now, here's the thing. If I ever catch a cat and I'm in a group of fish, for the fact of people that are fishing, I'll hand that cat to someone else if it's the right size. Okay? If they want to keep the catfish, fine, go ahead, keep it. But personally, I really don't care for catfish too often. Because it's really hard and not too many people know how to get that muddy taste out of it. Because they are bottom feeder fish. I mean, when they're prepped correctly and they're actually cooked correctly, yeah, they're great. But outside of that, it's really hard to get Canna to eat it. Because catfish is just one of those. Oh, Canna got stuck. We're almost 3 hours into the Canna Lounge on part 3 of today's live stream sessions, doing our stream tests and the fact of our numbers testing. And we're now restarting the tablet for the second time. Nope. Nope. Damn, that sucks, because I used to really like his music too, but I won't listen to it now. Dude's been convicted of crimes that deserve a wood chipper. It ruined his whole entire fucking music career, in my opinion, because now I just can't listen to it without thinking of the fact that he's a convicted fucking wood chipper. SPM done ruined his fucking career, man. All because he couldn't keep it in his pants. And it's fucking sad too, because he was actually a truly good fucking rapper. He knew what he was doing, at least music wise. But on the other side, I just can't listen to him no more. I can't give that endorsement with him no more. Hey, 7129, we went up. It's working. Dude, I need to open that actually. 5-3. Alright. Okay. So I'm all caught up there. We're gonna reopen Pandora. And we're gonna hit down. And fuck recent. We're gonna hit shuffle. Oh! The kids aren't alright. The kids aren't alright by Offspring. That's a great way to start the shuffle if it'll turn around and finish buffering. Thank you. It is so weird hearing some of those bands for their music before they sold out. Like straight up back early in their career when they were actually starting out, you know, like the Offspring and the Kids Aren't Alright. Early on in their career, back when they were still loving what they were doing and hadn't hit that point where fame was starting to get to them yet. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It took me a second to turn around and catch up because Offspring kind of like drugged me out of that for a moment. But yeah, that's one of those fucked up things. I mean, like I said, I grew up with his music. He was part of the fucking culture in the area where I grew up at. I just can't listen to him, not knowing what he's convicted of. And honestly, truth be told, I'm not an advocate for vigilante justice, but what happens in lockup stays in lockup. Only time it comes up on the main screen is when it turns around and hits the news. And that works both ways, whether it be for good things or bad. But no, it does not mean that I am endorsing in any way any form of violence or repercussions. But if they were to happen, it wouldn't surprise me. Because, I'm sorry, once you hurt a child and you go into the correctional system, your days are numbered. That is just a fact of the U.S. penitentiary system. That isn't even a question with the fact of U.S. penitentiaries at this point. Our convicts inside have made it very clear what happens to those that harm children. And you know what? If our court system would take up more of a stance like our convicts have towards it, there'd be a lot less crimes against children. Let's just be fucking honest, folks. I mean, I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I know that probably turns around and rubs a few people the wrong way. But if our courts treated the fact of those that hurt children like the convicts do, I think it would get the message across, don't you? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm tired of the fact of hearing about these cases where a child has been harmed. And the person only gets, what, 4, 5, 10 years? That's not a fucking sentence, that's a slap on the wrist. I know what the good book tells me to do, and your court's made it illegal to do it. So let's find a fucking fair mid-ground here. Because these 4 or 5 year fucking 10-year sentences, they're not cutting it. They're not making a dent. Just a message to our court system, considering the fact that today is a congressional day for the fact of our fucking presidency, and our president is going to end up giving his announcement of his 40-day speech today to Congress. The funny thing is, California won't pay for them to be in fucking PC no more. No, they're in Gen Pop. That shit changed years ago in California. They don't get PC no more. They go straight to Gen Pop. Even police officers in California are lucky to get fucking PC. If they're lucky. Oh, that is just a beautiful fucking bit of irony. Here we are talking about the judicial system and the fact of what changes need to be wrought upon our country to further the expansion of making our country a better place, and Boogie Woogie Woo comes on to the radio. Oh yeah, baby. Because Boogie Woogie knows what he's doing. Yeah, right? 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 I like that California has a 3-strike rule too. If it's a crime against a child, it should be a 1-strike rule. I'm sorry. But not sorry. My honest opinion is if it is a crime against a child, it should be a 1-strike policy. One time, you're done. Never to be given a chance to happen again. You know, a lot of people in the US, when Dexter came out, okay, there's a reason why Dexter went viral. There is. And no offense, man, we started rewatching Dexter last night. So yeah, Canna's got some fucking dark places and fucking happy bright skies in them today. because Dexter has that weird way of fucking drawing that out where, you know, there are just those people that no, they don't deserve to continue going. I can't endorse it. I can't promote it. It doesn't mean I don't agree with it. That's just an opinion, and that falls under free speech. And yeah, we're pushing fucking boundaries today, folks, because let's get real. Our government is pushing boundaries every fucking day. Well, you know what? They're not listening to the people, so let the fucking people's voice be heard. Whether that be on my channel or someone else's channel or anyone's channel. Yep, boogie woogie woo. Like I said, the irony was fucking beautiful, wasn't it? Here we are talking about the fact of what should happen to the fact of those that harm children, and boogie woogie woo comes on. Yeah, exactly. Uncomfortable conversations are needed. It's why I wish we could bring George Carlin back. But then again, let the man rest in peace. He did his bid. He was here with us. He left his message. Everyone can go and watch his fucking content. Most of his shows, believe it or not, are still free on YouTube. But Carlin had those uncomfortable conversations. Carlin wasn't afraid to do it. Where do you think I get a lot of my influence from? Come on. Carlin wasn't afraid to do it. Robin wasn't afraid to turn around and call out the system. He just tried to have a good laugh with it. Well, I'm sorry, Carlin kind of wins in my book at that point. But, you know, generally, we do pretty good about trying to keep it within the guidelines and policies. But fuck, our country's running into a dumpster fire. And we voted it into office. I could understand why people would have voted for him the first time. Okay, that I understand. It was that thought that maybe, just maybe, this person who has ran billion-dollar companies could finally get the fucking shit under control. Maybe. If he didn't end up like Kennedy. Like they tried to do twice while he says that his ears can regrow bigger and better than they were before. That quote is forever ingrained in my head. That's from our current leader-in-chief, folks. They want to shoot off my ears like the Taliban, but what they don't know is my ears will grow back bigger and better than they were before. Sincerely, Donald J. Trump, our man in office. They don't grow back. If your ears grow back, I want to know what species you are, because that ain't fucking human. We get a hole through our ear, it's there for life. It doesn't grow back. But that's the guy we put in office. Are we fucking insane? We went through this once before already. Why are we putting ourselves through this again? Exactly. He's got to be something, because if his ears grow back, he's not human. And the thing is, understand, folks, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is purely under the fact of entertainment purposes. It is not meant to turn around and provide any form of defamation of character or name to anyone involved in the show. Okay? But straight up, some shit has been said by our leader in fucking chief that, no offense meant, as much as we want to pretend that we didn't hear it, the fucking nation heard these words, and they have been ingrained in our national fucking history for life. Because even if the ones that were watching don't remember it, the ones that were listening do. And our leader-in-chief thinks his ears can grow back. We put him back in office. There had to be better options than this. Where the fuck were the real candidates, and where did they go? Because, straight up, I mean, I'm sorry. they want to fucking turn around and blow the news up all fucking day about politics, we're gonna have some real fucking talk about it, because honestly, what they're spouting on the fucking news is just the rhetoric at this point, trying to get the fucking rigmarole of the viewers. Personally, I could care less about the numbers of the viewers on the politics. If people want to have a real conversation about where this country's going, fine, stick around. If not, go watch a fucking cat video. Right? Or any of the fucking above. But those are the only species I know of either that can turn around and regenerate fucking limbs. So what kind of fucking weird DNA shit has he had injected over the years? And understand, folks, once again, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're allowed to have some fucking shit with our yeah. He opened the door when he said the words. Now understand, I'm not saying that he's not a good businessman. But I'm also not saying that he hasn't had $7 billion plus businesses that have all gone bankrupt. The great businessman that we put in office, multi-billion-dollar company 7 times over, went bankrupt. But hey, he sure was good on TV when he turned around and said, "You're fired" on The Apprentice, wasn't he? It's kind of like when California threw Schwarzenegger on. Okay, we turned around and threw him as a governor, and yeah, for a while he did really good as a governor. He was honestly, basically untouchable, because he turned around and had an honest fucking want for the people. But once a little bit of family history came out, some shit got flipped around, and Schwarzenegger got into some fucking trouble. Because apparently, and mind you, it can be fact-checked later, I'm not stating that this in itself is fact, but apparently our fair governor of California of so many years had a direct familial link to the lineage of the great German dictator that decided that it was a fun idea to try to take over the world. And I'm going to leave it at that so I don't get myself canceled by the fucking censors. Okay? But let's get real. He's far enough divided and far enough away that reality's sake is we could all hope and truly hope that his public image that he has shown is the true mentality that he holds of everyone is included. It would be great to know that the world has moved forward. Sometimes we wonder, but we can always hope, right? Yo, Agent 38, nice of you to join us. Nice of you to join us. We're hitting the fucking hard subjects today, man. For what it's worth, we've got an entire day of news coverage of fucking government shit going on. You know, we've got every single fucking news station turning around and playing their game of what the government's doing. And yet, as they're turning around and spouting what the government's doing, we're looking at it saying, what the fuck did they just do to our country? Because it's not just their country, it's our country too. We're the ones that put them in office. We should have a fair fucking shake and a fair say at what the hell goes on in this country. And anyone who doesn't like that opinion, you can go watch a cat video. I'm sorry, Jonathan was right when he made episode 1 of Foamy. That disclaimer right there, if I ever had a disclaimer that I was allowed to get from any other creator, I would want that disclaimer. Because it is just fucking perfect. Season 1, Episode 1 of Foamy the Squirrel. That's the safe space inside of this channel. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But we do like a good taco on the channel. But yeah, it's fucking amazing, isn't it? They turn around and do this every single year, and every 4 years they get a new scapegoat. Truth, we could really center on Trump and the bullshit that he's pulled. And yeah, it's totally fucking optional to the fact of the reality of it. But truth, he's just a fucking puppet for Congress. He's just a puppet for the fact of the fucking Senate. You know, there are two other fucking governing bodies that have more control than the president. And everyone tends to forget what they have control of. Ultimately, they're the ones that are making the decisions. It's why I constantly state we need to make changes in Congress and Senate. We don't need to be pulling people from the IRS during tax season. We don't need to be pulling park rangers during fucking fire season. We don't need to be turning around and taking people that are necessitated for their jobs in the government, that are on probationary status, that are supposed to be federally protected, and removing them from their jobs. We're not supposed to be taking away the fact of the inclusivity agreements that we have made and the constitutional changes that we have made to include other people, to include other nationalities, and give them a fair shake. That was never meant to be removed, but he signed the fucking paperwork to try for it, and that's public fucking record. I don't have to turn around and state to fact check it because that is public fucking record and anyone can find it. So feel free to. But yeah, we put him back in office. It was bad enough the first time. And we did it again. Or at least they did. Because they say we did. But if we did, what the fuck did we take to turn around and fucking vote for him? There had to have been a better option. There had to have been. You're telling me in the entire fucking government there wasn't a better option? That's fucking scary. If that's the best we can do for a leader for this country, we're screwed. Just my opinion. I mean, we are the fucking laughingstock and enemy of the fucking whole entire world right now, basically. The world's governments are asking, what the fuck is our country doing and why are we allowing him to do this behind closed doors? And we're going to bear the brunt of it because he's in office and he's in power and he's in control and he's sending out the letters and this, that, and the other. Do you realize how much fucking shit our country is going to have to fix here in the next 4 years? Do you realize just how much our country is going to have to come together as a populace in the next 4 years? Straight up. If this country don't come together, we're fucked. Yeah, just because of status and money. He was a fucking billionaire that owned billion-dollar companies. Maybe he can fix the broken system. No, he had 7 fucking plus billion-dollar companies that went bankrupt. Yeah, he had them. He filed for bankruptcy and kept the fucking money. Allegedly. He refuses to fucking give up his tax documents. I wonder why. It's because he doesn't want them seeing all the fucking goddamn loopholes that he uses to fucking keep the money he's not supposed to have that's supposed to go back to the people of this country. Yeah, he's a financially savvy fucking billionaire, but he's fucking the population in the process. But once again, folks, he's only the scapegoat. Hi, Nanook. We've hit that point in the show where we're questioning whether the president is the scapegoat or not. Because honestly, my opinion is, if a man is in office for 4 years, and other government offices are in office for 30, 40, 50 years, the guy that's in office for 40 years, he's just the fucking scapegoat. At least in my opinion. But he makes for great television, doesn't he? Great way to fucking turn around and keep the populace entertained while they do what they do in the background. Oh, no shit, he's got a cult following. Have people not seen the fact of what he did during the fucking Biden run of turning around and trying to run fucking Biden off of the road? You know what that's considered, folks? That's considered attempted vehicular homicide. He just was never charged for it because it was his followers that did it. And yeah, some of them got fucking charged, but a lot of the people that turned around and did shit under the subliminal fucking bidding of him turned around and ended up getting fucking freed over the shit that they pulled. Straight up, there was no reason for anybody to fucking die when they turned around and tried to turn around and go through and pull the fucking riot at the Capitol. There was no reason for that protest to have fucking gotten out of hand. But here you have the fucking speakers going off stating quote unquote his rhetoric at that point. And there are two different mindsets in this country, two different mind paths that followed that rhetoric. Those that turned around and saw it for what it was, and those that saw it for a fucking battle cry. And the ones that saw it for a battle cry, they went into the fucking goddamn Capitol and pulled the shit that they did. A failed fucking revolution, and they put him back in charge. What the fuck were they thinking? Because I know that, well, I can't say I know, but I would hope that the population of our country was smart enough not to fucking allow that to happen. Elon is the reason why our federal parks workers are being fired. Elon is the reason why IRS workers are being fired right in the middle of tax season. We already have enough problems getting our fucking tax returns back every year. And you want to delay the system farther by removing thousands of people from it? What the fuck are you thinking, Elon? That's worse than the way that you named your kids. Honestly, if I was your child, I would turn around, walk into the courts, and request for a fucking name change. I'm sorry. And I hope the day that they have legal right to fucking do so, that they take that opportunity. Because, man, what the fuck were you thinking when you named your kids, and what the fuck were you on when you did it? I thought we had legal things to stop shit like that from happening, but fuck, apparently they went haywire. Yeah, I know one of his kids hates him, because his name is completely unpronounceable. You have to pronounce it syllable for syllable and fucking goddamn letter for letter, and it's the only way to fucking say his name, and it doesn't even make sense. I really wish his kid could turn around and just walk into court and request a fucking legal name change and call it good. Truth, I think he should have the right to fucking do it for free. I'm not even joking. Now, understand, the recent fucking controversy about Elon and having his kid there at the White House during the press ceremony, down the list, okay, he was being a father. I give him that. It was not the wife's and or the mother's quote-unquote week for custody. They have a custody agreement in place. It was Elon's week to take care of the kid. And ultimately, Elon got called in for the fact of a press conference. He brought the kid with him. Now, no offense, man, that's a W dad. Oh, yeah, freedom of speech, definitely. Oh, no shit, we're in massive amounts of debt. Have you not looked at the fucking national debt clock? Thank y'all, by the way, in part 1 for turning around and reminding me how the fuck to get to that, because I'm going to that later after the fucking stream. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I could pull it up right now. Give me one moment, guys. I want to see if I could do it. 531. Nope, wrong fucking password because I'm on the wrong device. Use the right one. What is the U.S. national debt currently? As of February 28th, 2025, the U.S. national debt was $36.22 trillion with a T, Not an M, not a B, with a T. $36.22 trillion. That's 36 trillion, 220 billion plus dollars in national debt. We're never going to be able to get out of the fucking national debt. That's the thing. Our government has fucked us financially. As a country, financially, we are forever fucked. It's why we are such a warlike country, because we are fighting off the fucking debt collectors. Because shit that was in place back in the time when fucking colonization was still a thing never worked out, and fucking agreements were never met, and shit was fucking worked on over time, but it left us in such a financial downside that we were fucked. And we've been trying to climb our way out of it, and it hasn't been able to fucking work. The day we lost the gold back on the US dollar, we fucked ourselves. Thanks a lot, Nixon. Truth, I hope one day the country can pay off the national debt, but honestly, $36.22 trillion. I don't know where the American people would be able to come up with that. Because understand, everything in the US Treasury is coming from the US taxpayers. Ultimately, every single dollar in the US Treasury is put in there by the US taxpayer. So ultimately, that comes off the taxes from our labor. And that number keeps rising because they keep putting us farther in debt for taking out loans that they can't cover. And they're still allowed to run the finances for the country. And the US people see absolutely no issue with this whatsoever, apparently. I mean, I'm not saying that that's absolutely the case. You know, there are plenty of people in the country that have issues with the fact of how it is run. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us think that it needs an overhaul. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. The way that they tried to do it at the Capitol, that was the wrong way to do it. The right way to do it is all of us truly need to turn around and unify and just start speaking up on what the fucking nation really wants. Because sooner or later, they're going to have to listen. You know, we've got the right to protest. We've got the right to peaceful protest. We've got the right to turn around and have our voice heard. And yeah, it's a bitch because we have to file the paperwork to turn around and fucking do it properly. But we have every right to fucking do it. As long as you do it the right way. We didn't fight for those fucking rights to do that for no reason. Follow the system. It'll get your voice heard and get you farther. But don't be afraid to speak out when you feel something's wrong. I don't care how much financial power someone has, when you have 2 million plus people knocking on your fucking door because they finally are getting along, and all this divisional bullshit they've thrown at us has been put to the fucking side, because that's all it is just shit thrown at to divide us. When all that disappears, and all those divisional tactics finally fucking crumble, and those 2 million plus Americans that have been getting fucked over for decades show up at the front door and say, enough is enough. It's time for you to hear our voice like the founding fathers intended. They might get their head out of their ass. But it's not going to be solved through violence. That's the thing. Trying to solve it through violence is only going to cause more fucking violence. There was no reason for anyone to have died that day. That fucking security guard did not deserve the fucking death that he got. And I'm sorry, that was nationally televised for the world to fucking see. So please, come at me for it. But he did not deserve that. He was just there doing his fucking job. that he was paid to do by the government that he was sworn in to protect. Fuck's sake, did we not learn from Malcolm? Come on. King versus Malcolm. Did we not learn our fucking lesson then? I may be white, but I took the fucking lessons from that fucking moment to heart. 2 ways to do it. Malcolm's was failing and King's was winning until the day that he lost his life. Then Malcolm took over and the division continued. Because now it's about the fact of turning around and continuing that perpetuation of they did us wrong. Well, it stops the fact of it from moving forward. Okay, that's Canna's view on racism. If everyone would just fucking let it go and just start to work together as one, realizing that we are not accountable for our forefathers' sins, that would be a fucking blessing on this country. Because it'd finally fucking stop a good portion of the divide. And if the rest of the fucking quote-unquote races and divisionals and down the fucking list would do the same thing, maybe, just maybe, this country would fucking run and run smoothly. But they've got us so divided we can't run smoothly. We outnumber them. Think about that. We outnumber them. There is a reason that they turn around and put the fucking rules in place that they did. It's because they're afraid. They're afraid one day people will snap the fuck out of it and realize the control that the founding fathers intended them to have, that they have spent their entire time trying to brainwash us out of. Not a conspiracy theory, just an opinion. And I'm sorry, folks, but cannabis is like truth serum. It's just like drinking beer or liquor. A drunk man can't lie, well, neither can one that's stoned. So yeah, if anyone had an honest night to turn around and get the fact of what Canna's fucking political viewpoint is on the path of our country and where it's going right now, tonight's that night. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They've been doing it for so fucking long that people stopped thinking it was them and started thinking it was the ones that they were told it was. Okay. Straight up. Kennedy, before he was, shall we say, nixed from the government, Kennedy had a offer brought up to him. Okay? It was an offer by other offices that were in power at that point, that were appointed by him. But the problem is, it required him to allow them the allowance to, how do I say this without getting in trouble? Fuck it, it's government history. Ultimately, he had an offer brought to him that would result in the CIA as well as other offices turning around and being into a equation where they would have been forced to cause a pseudo attack on the country. Kennedy turned it down. Not very long after Kennedy wasn't alive anymore. Now, I admit, over time that has been deemed as a conspiracy theory, quote-unquote, by the general mainstream masses. But it kind of makes sense. When they turn around and bring you a plan, and it involves the fact of going towards your own country first to set up the fucking primer for it, and you say no, and then you disappear, and then that fight starts anyway, now that you're gone, that kind of only looks one way, black and white. Okay? But yeah, they've been dividing us for so fucking long, it's not funny. And personally, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the country being divided. Because as long as we're divided, we're not one unified front. It's the only thing keeping them in control. Because they're not meant to be the ones in control. We're the ones telling them what to do for them to fucking implement it across the states. Just to level the playing field across the country. Because the playing field's not level. Laws and regulations change state by state. Personally, I am a firm proponent that cannabis should be legalized across the country. Okay? It should not be just medical. It should be recreational. Because I think if a lot of people just stopped, slowed down, and smoked a fucking bowl, that they'd turn around and realize just how much bullshit they're being fed through the TV. It's because we're basically having a fucking repeat of it. History repeats itself. Nixon fucked us over, took the gold back away, ruined the value of the US dollar. We've been printing money ever since. Where do you think the national debt came from? It's because we fucking turned around and came off of the gold back. The day that happened, we fucked our economy. Oh wait, sorry. He fucked our economy. But we're paying the price for it still to this day. But no, it's called Canna's fucking stoned, and truth is, Canna's very opinionated towards our government. I don't believe that our president should be in office right now. We impeached the man twice. We had him impeached twice. Twice. 2 times. 2 times we said get him out of office. The first time he fought it in court. And because of the bullshit with the lawyers and everything else, he managed to get away with it. The second time, he took it to court. And because of the bullshit with the fucking lawyers, he managed to get away with it. Well, guess what? That set of fucking lawyers and those loopholes are loopholes he's been talking about the entire time he's been in office that he openly admits that he abuses. To be able to get away with shit that he knows he probably shouldn't do. Okay? It is not a hidden fact that he had confidential, top secret files in his private home, of which foreign dignitaries were prone to visit to. Okay? Okay. Private files, confidential, top secret, home, private, has foreign dignitaries over, and brags to them that he has these files. I wonder how much information from our nation got sold, and we were never told about it, because all they had to do was leave on a private jet with photographs. Okay? It's not on the espionage like that has ever occurred. I mean, come on. We were playing the fucking espionage. We were playing the espionage game a long time ago. World War I, World War II, down the list. Espionage is one of our major fucking games. Us in the UK basically invented it. Alright? Alright. Now, understand, don't hold that as gospel. You know, you can do your own fact checking and research. But yeah, we've been in the espionage game a long time. And no offense, man, that sounds to me... Okay, that just, in my opinion, that sounds to me like standard espionage. That you took confidential files into a place where they did not belong, where you didn't have permission to take them, where they shouldn't have been. You had foreign dignitaries over, bragged about those documents. How do we know they didn't walk away with copies of these documents? We can't prove this. We don't know what was in their briefcase. Okay? Now, that's where we start to get into the realm of conspiracy theory. But conspiracy theory was originally coined to turn around and just dismiss critical thinkers. Go back to the days where the first time flying saucer was ever coined. Okay? That point in time is when the term conspiracy theorist became a thing. It was used to dismiss the critical thinkers. So that way they could call them crazy, insane, psychotic, down the list. Lock them away. Make them not listen. Social engineering at its finest, and the nation fell for it. And you know why? It's because we've been conditioned to listen to the fact that the government is the supreme power and that they have the authority, that they're the ones that make the changes, da 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 da. But that's not the American dream. That's not what the founding fathers had in mind. That's not how the government is supposed to run. They're supposed to listen to their people. Reminds you of Gerald Ford in a lot of fucking ways, don't he? He was just as financially fucking savvy. Okay, and I use that term loosely because a lot of financially savvy people are just really fucking clever financial crooks. You know, Nixon is a great example of that. And we put him in office. But, you know, I am not a crook. And they fell for it. We watched what happened, we're still paying for it. History repeats itself again. There you go, folks. Perfect proof of it. And understand, once again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. This is all meant just as a bit. If you're offended, go watch a cat video. Just go watch a cat video. Because, honestly, if you're offended and you leave a comment in the chat stating that you're offended, I'll listen to your comments for about the first 3, but if you're not really careful with how you word them, I might just tear you a new hole where the sun don't shine. Because, man, I'm watching the country burn. I'm watching the country burn. The people have no idea the power that they hold in their hands. And it doesn't have to be done with violence. It just has to be done with unity. That's all it takes is the unity. But, you know, maybe one of these days, we can all hope, right? I mean, straight up, it's the only hope I have for this fucking country is that we stop being divided and finally become united. Fuck's sake. United we stand and divided we fall. We've been divided for way too fucking long. Go back to the days where the country was built. I'm not saying don't turn around and bring stuff in that has turned around and been changed over time. You know, we've made those changes for a reason. Those changes can stay in place. But damn it, we need people that care about the country in power. And they don't care about the country. They're caring about their fucking pocketbooks. That's all I'm fucking hearing out of the news today is tariffs this, tariffs that, the amount of money that it's going to cost, the amount of money that it's going to cost, the amount of fucking inflation that's going to come up, just how much our grocery prices are going to rise, the gas prices are going to rise, everything's going to fucking go up in price. And you know what? Most people can't even fucking afford it now. But all those prices are going to skyrocket again. Why? Because they're having a fucking dick war about who has the bigger pocketbook, and Trump wants a land that belongs to the fucking UK. We left the UK to divide our land for a reason. What the fuck are you doing invading British territory, dick? Come on, you should be smarter than that. Fuck's sake, Canada was founded by Britain. We left and already have fought a war with Britain and made amends with Britain and become very good allies with them. Which that ally structure is now coming into question because of the fucked up moves that you're making. But straight up, man, what the fuck are you doing trying to turn around and annex fucking land from Britain? They started as British territory. They are still considered, in certain ways, British land. Leave them the fuck alone. When the Queen was alive, she would still visit Canada. Granted, she didn't always get the warmest welcome, but, not to disgrace her memory, but the woman had a lot of haters for a lot of reasons. Okay? Okay. Um, Long live the king, so long as he shall live. Because honestly, I don't know what's going to happen after Charles turns around and kicks the bucket. Because straight up, with the fact of everything that Elizabeth did towards the family and the allowances of them being able to turn around and actually claim the throne and claim the crown and go into the hierarchy, she fucked up a lot of their ability to turn around and make a decision for the next fucking predecessor. Uh, Unpopular opinion, I guess, but you know, it's just my thought process on that. She turned around and disowned so many of the children. And that's the thing is I I I understand why it became so stiff. All right, I understand why it became so locked in. You are talking about one family's bloodline, okay? And for every bloodline that is brought in to turn around and further that bloodline, you've got choices and decisions to make. But I really think, and it's not to disrespect her name or her memory, but I really think that Queen Elizabeth just was not willing to turn around and come into full acceptance of the times and just all the changes that were coming in. I mean, she had a very long reign. Fuck's sake, she's been in power and had been in power for quite a long time. Some people even thought she was immortal. Okay? Well, that myth got disproven. Long live the king, so long as he shall live. But it really makes me wonder who's going to take his position when the game is all said and done. And just which prince is really going to turn around and take over as king. Because for the first time in a long time, Britain is back under a king. It's been decades. Yeah, exactly, William's favorite, but my honest opinion, okay, and I know it might be an unpopular opinion possibly, but I think that the kids got disowned thing needs to be lifted. They all need to be given their fair shake. And yeah, I know he's always been the favorite. He's always been the one in the spotlight, but he's also been the one that's always gotten his mother's good favor. And I really don't feel like any of the other kids were given a fair shake with their mother's favor. She picked her favorite and she ran with it. And I think, yeah, it possibly did turn around and preset the fact of the fuse for it to be William. I mean, I think he'd make an amazing king. I think he'd make an actual reasonable, decent king. But we're not there yet. See, this is what happens when I watch fucking Japan Daily News. And the fact of all the other worldwide fucking news channels. I start catching the entire world's fucking ideal of it. And the thing is, it's not hard to see where all their opinions are coming from. Yeah, exactly. I think he would make an awesome king. Now, I'm not saying that he's an Arthur, okay? I'm not saying that he's going to be the next Arthur or anything. But it would be nice for Britain to actually have a king that was of age and young enough. Sorry, y'all are going to go a little topsy-turvy. Of age and young enough to turn around and rule the country for a while. Because the thing is, they're going to run into the same problem in the UK that we're running into with our presidents. Other than the fact that it's going to be, what, another couple of decades? Few decades? I mean, I'm not wishing ill to the king in any way, shape, or form, but let's get real. He is going up there in years. Hey, like I said, it's nothing against the princes either, but, a lot of that was the fact that, truth, they were led by their father's father's grandfather's father. A lot of shit needed to change, and don't get me wrong, having a woman in power will do that, especially when a woman maintains power as long as Elizabeth did. Okay? But ultimately, I want to believe that one of the princes now in the modern day would turn around and have that actual fucking golden heart that Britain and the UK needs. It's been a long time since they've had a king with a golden heart. Okay? The last king with a golden heart that we heard of was in folklore. It's time for another one. Yeah, exactly. They need to be brought into the modern era, and a lot of shit needs to turn around and be revised for modern day fucking politics and policies. But I think that's something that's in common between every government of every single fucking country in the world. They all need to be brought up to fucking speed and brought up to date. Because truth, there's too much fucking division. We keep being divided like this, and the country's gonna fucking fall. The whole entire fucking world system is going to fall. We will fall back into the dark ages. It is only a matter of time. And it's not me trying to put out fucking fear mongering. It's the truth. We've watched it happen before. History repeats itself. We're on the verge of it. It's not doomsaying. It's an honest opinion and an opinionated look at where we're going as a fucking nation. Ah! Okay. Let's get real. There's a few opinions. All right. There's a few opinions. Few opinions that I would love to throw out there, but I know that they would be just report bait. Okay. But yeah, I had some fun with Jarvis the other night, and I started asking some deep questions, wanting to see what the computer generated worldwide opinion would all come up to if it was all given the chance to come in as one. Okay, and it's why we like GPT so much, is because we can play around with it and have some fun with it and have some actual real conversations and give ourselves a primer. Because that's what we did, was we gave ourselves the primer. But ultimately, if the country doesn't get a few things fucking straight, it's going to fall. We need to get the financial sector fixed. We need to get the agricultural districts funded and get them proper fucking goddamn help out there, so that way our fucking agriculture districts are safe and our food prices can drop on the fact of meats, dairy, eggs, down the list. Okay? We don't need to be pulling government members from the fact of the USDA or any of these other offices. We need to be fucking helping them to do their jobs and funding them to doing it properly. A lot of this falls back to the fact that, yeah, there are some people in the offices that need to be gotten rid of and changed out down the list. But I think it's being done way too blanket oriented, especially when it's upon a fucking email. You know, and most of them are stating fucking the fact that, quote unquote, it's poor performance, when reality it's not. It's the fact that they just don't want to pay their paycheck anymore. It's a warning sign. It's something our forefathers told us to watch out for. And it's there. And yeah, it might be an unpopular opinion, but here we are. I can hear the drum roll, the drum march. Oh, yeah. Sorry, y'all. Perfect time for a music bump. Just enough to get the energy flowing again. Because truth is, as much as this country may be a dumpster fire, I think that we've got a fighting chance to turn around and pull it together. I really do. And I think that as far as worldwide politics go, we have a real shot at fixing it. But to do it means we got to work together. That's all. That's it. That's the trick. That's the key. We got to work together. It's the only reason our channels grow. It's the only reason our countries grow, that our home states grow, that we even get anywhere in this world is by coexisting and co-functioning. Like Canna said before, socialism, it's not a bad concept. It only goes bad when you have a dictator in the fucking lead. When you start adding that one person that says that they have all the control for the fucking country. That's where we made our mistake back when we first built the country, was we gave that power back to one person. And we tried to say that we split it between 3 offices. But no. No. Those 3 offices are all in cahoots, and they're all just covering for each other. Unpopular opinion, so be it. And the funny thing is, I haven't even looked at the views for the video in a while. For this live stream, because honestly, I know the views are there. And it's a totally different mentality. It's a totally different vibe and energy. Because truth, I know that not everyone's going to like my opinion. I know that everyone has the right to their opinion. And I know that everyone has the right to throw it down in the comment section. Yeah, it could get cutthroat sometimes in politics. But you know what? That's the world of politics. It is cutthroat. Just the reality of it. But it doesn't mean that the U.S. population does not have the right to have an open discussion and an open conversation about what's happening to the country. And or our standing in the worldwide political stage. Because honestly, for the longest time, we've been a laughingstock. We just don't want to admit it. I mean, we used to be number 1. We're not number 1 anymore. We're number 1 in military might. That's about it. The rest of it, we're down there on the list. We used to be number 1. And we can get back there again, but not with these dickheads in power. But we need to find a peaceful way to turn around and transition. Because without a peaceful way, it's just going to turn into the fact of another Jan 6, and we don't want that. Not by any means. That is the last thing we want on this channel. Because ultimately, that was damn near the equivalent of what cyber geeks would call a fire sale. Okay? We were 2 stages away from a fire sale. The first stage had already been lit. Oh, no shit, right? I mean, no offense meant. Respectfully. Understand, the other day, I was in a political fucking bonfire because I was watching the news. Okay? And that political bonfire was fucking lit. But ultimately, when it came down to it, I wasn't trying to be that dick. I was openly having that political debate because, there are 2 sides to every coin. There's 2 sides to every argument. And as far as Teddy's concerned, no, I'm not mad at Teddy. I understand that everyone has their political views and they're entitled to them. But truth, I think we need to get to a more unified front in this country, because if not, we're fucked. And it's showing itself day by day by day. Oh my... Oh... You mean like the other day? The ones that thought that just because I'm... Okay, I've got to get the happy music out of my ear for a minute because that just triggered that moment. You mean like dude in chat the other day that turned around and decided to say that me modifying my statement, which was actually just me furthering my point, slightly worded and changed in wording, that me continuing and furthering the debate of the conversation, that I didn't know what I was talking about? Oh, please. I know it comes off different in chat, people, but if you haven't noticed, Canna's been smiling this whole fucking time. All right, Outro, you go cook dinner. You got this. What are you having? What are we making? And where is Jasper? Is he watching or not? Because I love it when the doggo watches. Oh, speaking of the doggo, Blitz is still outside. Then again, it's still bright out. So, can't blame him. Wow, we're already going on 6 o'clock. That means we're going on like 7 on Teddy's time. King live yet? Ooh, chili. Oh, chili and cheese garlic bread. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Barbecue, that's good. That's good. I'm not even sure what I'm doing for dinner tonight. I mean, it's not like we don't got the stuff to make dinner. It's just I don't know what I want to do. Something inside of me is craving potato, and if I'm craving potato, I know that I'm missing something in my diet somewhere. But I can't pinpoint it, so I may as well just turn around and do potato tonight. I think I might turn around and pull the fact of the potato, onions, and garlic. Because I don't know, I've just got a craving for it. Mm-hmm. Right? There's a reason we bought our grills, and it wasn't for them to turn around and sit fucking stagnant. It could be fucking 10 degrees outside. As long as that propane is fucking flowing or that fucking goddamn charcoal is lit, we're turning around and barbecuing. As long as we got something to barbecue, and right now we just ain't got the meat cuts to barbecue. Not time to pick them up yet. We got, well, shit. What's today? Today's 4th. We got like another 8, 9 days. But I definitely got to go with when we make that store run. I got to find something to throw on the grill. Even if it means I got to prep that grill for like an hour or two with the fact of just wood break-offs. But once we get a nice solid week of fucking warm weather, we're barbecuing. Because right now, unless we buy the fact of a bag of lump coal, we're going to turn around and end up having to go with the fact of natural wood. And I'm fine with going with natural wood. But it's got to turn around and have its chance to dry out. This rainstorm's got to go away. What gets me is we're in the middle of a rainstorm and somehow, some way, the stream is running smooth. I swear it's got to be the speaker that it's sitting in. It's got to be the receiver in it. It's got to be turning around and giving it a boost without intending to boost it. But as long as it is, yeah, great. Hey, we're at 78.22. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're slowly growing back to that 100%, folks. Slowly but surely, we're getting back to that 100% of support. And we love it. We love it. We love it. We do. All right. Curiosity killed the cat. We've let this go for almost an hour without touching it. Okay? That screen went black about an hour ago. I'm too curious. I gotta know. Where are we at on views? I, I gotta know. Where are we at? Where are we at? Uh, it claims no recents. Fine, that means I'm gonna do this. If the stream messes up for a moment, I apologize. It's because we're linking into Studio on the tablet. So, if we run into any technical difficulties or glitch or otherwise, please understand it was not intentional. I mean, we're taxing the systems today as it is with the fact that we've got the rainstorms going through. Granted, the rain has stopped for a little while, but I know there's another system that's supposed to be rolling in. And I can already hear the thunder going off every so often. And I know it's not out of the headphones. So, but yeah, we're definitely going to double check that and see where our numbers are. Because we're finally at a 2-hour mark. And or just over a 2-hour mark. Yeah. Yep. Hit start, hit go, hit close, hit there. Go to analytic. You're kidding, right? You gotta be kidding me. Please tell me you're joking. I mean, if that's where we're at, then fine, so be it. I mean, I know we're on a Tuesday night. We're in the evening section. But I'm going to reload that and see if that fixes that. Or if that was actually valid. Because I want to hope that that was just turning around and taking a moment to load in. Oh, y'all are going to make Canna get a notebook out. See, this is the problem when I get stoned, guys. It's not that I become, quote unquote, non-functioning. And it's not that I become, quote unquote, a detriment to my field. It's the fact that I turn around and end up having that moment if I zone into the business. And we've been live long enough that, yeah, Canna's in the business stage again. So, I mean, feel free to leave your comments in chat. I'll gladly turn around and pick up a conversation with you. But Canna's going to do a little bit of mathematics for a little bit. And we're going to check and see where the numbers are sitting. What the fuck is my good pen? Oh, that one should work. Ink, yes. Okay, we're gonna do some math. Because I have curiosities. I want to turn around and do an approximation. Let's see. We're at what? 4 minutes and 59. By 108. 9 times 8, 72. Carry the 7. 8 times 5, 5 times 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 47, carry the 4, 8 times 4, 8, 16, 32, 36. So 36, there we go. Then we go zeros. Well, after adding 1, so 1, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll add that double zero there because that's the next line. 1 times 9, 9. So 459 transfers. Turn around. 2, 7, 5. Carry the 1, 8, 9. 49. Okay, 495. That gives me 495 divided by, well, 4.9572. Okay. 495. 0.72 divided by 60 equals 8 hours and 26. Y'all, if my math is correct, and I'm running the numbers as we speak, and my math is correct, we're at almost 9 hours of watch time and only 2 hours worth of filming. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are bloody amazing. And the thing is, as those views continue to rise and the average watch time continues to rise, we'll keep tabs on this as we go along. But yeah, the baseline math on that, we're at like 8.5 hours worth of watch time just on the fact of just approximations. All right, lovely. Take care. Kiddos need you. It's time for you to go. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you at the next show, whether it be on our channel, over on M&G's channel, over on King Live 2025's channel, or any of the other channels that we have in the collective that you turn around and view. We love you as a viewer, and we'll catch you again the next time that you come in. Not sure how long we're running the live stream for tonight, so we might still be live when you turn around and come back. Who knows? Alright. Yeah. Yep. Alright. The room's empty. If the studio is telling me the truth, the room's empty. But also, if... Okay, it's not empty. Hello. Let's see. Pen. Why are you doing this to me? You were willing to write in the corner. What the fuck? Okay, fine. You suck. Where is... that one work. Okay. Hello, viewers number 1 and 2. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let's see. 501 at 110. 0, 0, 0. Take a 0. 1 times 1, 1. 0, 0, 5. 0, 5, 0, 1. 1, 0, 1. 5, 5, 5, 1, 1.10. 5, 5, 1.10. 60. We just crossed our 9-hour mark. We just broke our 9-hour mark on a 2-hour live stream. That is bloody amazing. That is awesome. 9.18. 9.18 hours. That is our new approximation according to the current data. We're looking at roughly just under 9.5 hours. You continue to ring. Please tell me it's important.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Oh no, I'm talking the total number of viewers all the way across the board that we've turned around and came in. You know, and the thing is, the average watch time is still continuing to go up. So we're going to turn around and continue to keep tabs on that every so often. But yeah, y'all are amazing. If we keep up the energy like this, we're going to hit the fact of our monetization goal in no time. I mean, outside of the fact of the subscriber numbers that we need, because we need like 300, just over 300 more subscribers. But we're working our way up to that 3,000 fact of watch hours on long form, like really quickly. I honestly think that we can get monetized by May if we keep the energy going the way that we have it going. Ruth, you see 5. All right. Let me refresh that because my system over here and my system over here are both showing 2. So I'm wondering if I actually do need to refresh that. I mean, it's not uncommon to have to. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Alright. All those notifications are fine. Get me back into my calculator. At least over there. Yeah, sorry guys. Like I said, I'm back in office mode. I've been on live long enough that I've hit that point of, the room and the conversation are one thing, but I know that the room's quieting down, so we're gonna run office mode for a little bit. Go to analytics. Yep. Yep. Okay. So they're roughly back in sync. All right. Suggest you. almost 9.5 hours. Okay. This video in itself is going to easily make us 10 hours worth of watch time. Easily. It should be easily 10 hours worth of watch time. We're going to hit that 200 mark before the end of March for the fact of our hours of watch time on long form. I guarantee it. Because that watch time just continues to turn around and grow for the average. So yeah, thank you to everybody that's tuning in on a Tuesday, giving us the watch time. We're far enough in today that we're well over the 3-hour mark. I think so far we made a total of like 4 hours and 20 minutes worth of content. We're coming up on that 4-hour and 20-minute mark, I think. Because I'm pretty sure the last 2 live streams were an hour apiece, if I'm correct. So we got like probably 3 minutes till I take my 420 hit. And then Canna's going to end up even more down the rabbit hole with his office work, man. It happens. But yeah. Oh, wait, we're also coming up on 420 for California, too. Yes. Yes. We got, what, probably a few more hours to go. Easily, as long as it continues to work. But I also know that I'm in a viewer lull. And yet it's still averaging out. That's the thing. Oh, it's already 6 o'clock. That explains a lot. Well, yeah, it's already 6. I just mentioned the fact that it was coming up on 420 in California. Duh. Speaking of, we only got like 7 minutes till that. So, our dab for California and that time zone is coming up. And then I think that at that point in time, we've covered the fact of every 420 across the nation today. Oh, and the thunder's rolling in. And so it begins. Storms are going to start again. Well, oh, we got 6 minutes there. We got 1 minute there. That's enough time to take 2. Let's do it. We'll take 1 for the 4 hours and 20 minutes worth of streaming today. And then here in a few minutes, we'll take another 1 for the fact of California. We'll just do both. How's that sound, folks? To the viewer hiding in the corner, I see you over here. The analytics page is giving you away. Room is empty. I'm left to business thoughts. We've got a double 420. Oh. Alright, that one's hit. We've got 5 minutes. We got 45 seconds over there. That's red enough. Let's go. Canna's gonna be out of dabs soon. Canna's gonna be out of dabs real soon. I'm just about fucking out as we speak. But we made 10 likes today. That average watch time is up again. Again, the average is up. Oh, yes, our average is growing tonight, folks, and we love it. We love it. We just love it. Hey, like number 11. And someone voted no. Alright, cool. I know we're not everyone's cup of tea. I'll live with that. We still over 70%. That's passing in California public schools. Gotta love it. But yeah, like I said, I was dealing with business stuff while in the process because the room emptied out, so. And for those that don't know, understand that that right there, that poll right down there, okay, that is not a statement of you have to donate. That is also a general poll for the fact of quote unquote our percentage of entertainment. If we've entertained you today, hit yes. Because you still support our content. Because you're entertained. Please. You know, understand that is not strictly a poll for whether you would be willing to donate to Cash App. That is a poll of whether you have enjoyed yourself during the time that you have spent on the stream. Let's just make that clear. But any donations into that Cash App, we appreciate them. We always appreciate them. Oh. Whew. All right. Well, somebody leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I got nothing to do but turn around and just pop on the headphones and go back to office work. Even though I'm not really sure what to do with it. Hey, we hit 111. 111. That right there is cool. And we only got 2 minutes left till 420 in California. But we officially hit 111 views on this live stream alone. That makes 3 live streams in a row today that we have hit over 100 viewers. With a guarantee of 100 plus viewers on each live stream today. That's awesome. That is awesome. We thank everybody that has been tuning in today. Understanding the comment section in the chat, it's the only thing that keeps the conversation going. That and Canna thinking to himself. But Canna's getting bored of thinking to himself. Somebody leave a comment down below. Let's get a conversation going. Pick a topic. I can sit through almost anything. But I'm also stoned and I want my Twizzlers. Basket, the scarecrow's out his basket. Lock your doors and night, nothing that he passes. For those that know Boondocks, my happy place. Hey Plugs, how's it going? How's your night going? Dude, we finally got linked up with the fact of Studio on the tablet to be able to watch our live views. The numbers over there make me so much more comfortable and relaxed with how the stream is doing. Oh, dude, sweet. We're doing awesome today. If I'm doing my math correctly, okay? Because understand, this is the third stream today, and it's not because any of them have gone awry. It's just because we had shit that we had to do that we needed to test. Hang on, let me open up the calculator real quick, and I'll do this one more time, because it is getting to be about that time to turn around and double check it again. 511 multiplied by 112 equal divide by 60. Just this live stream alone, we're looking at like 10 hours of watch time. We're coming up on that 10-hour mark. We're at like 9 hours and 53 minutes. We have gone from political bonfires to pretty much any and everything that chat has come up with. We dealt with the fact of one of our bait trolls today. We lit him on fire so bad while he was in timeout that he just turned around and dipped. So I wouldn't be surprised if I wake up to the fact of an email from YouTube saying that I've got a report somewhere. But if they report it for the fact of getting burned for trying to fucking troll, go right ahead. I'll deal with the fact of the video being fucking blocked for a little bit. I'll take that little bit of fucking demotion time on it. You know, it just gets it back to where the viewers that know me, that are linked up on Discord, that they'll get all the notifications. But yeah, it's been a hell of a week, and the week has only begun. We fully intend on streaming probably more than likely every single day this week, because we're trying to lock in those watch hours and figure out just where those watch hours are sitting. And now that we're actually properly linked into Studio, even on the basic views for the fact of our live streams, it is helping so much, because I can see where those spikes are and where our viewer spikes are and just what time frames we're looking at. It makes it so much easier. Oh, I know. It's called, no offense, man. Yeah, Boondocks is good, but not while I'm trying to hold a conversation. We've come up to the conclusion that we can work on our shorts, but our shorts are like the overnight upload things, you know, where we turn around and we start them later on in the evening. They might upload by midnight. They might upload by like 7 a.m. But yeah, shorts are usually the overnight while I'm debating whether I want to go to bed or whether I'm just on a full-blown insomnia run. It's like I say, the ADHD and the ADD and the insomnia all combined. YouTube is the perfect fucking job for me. Because I can run my fucking schedule however I need to be able to adjust for any given day. And I love it. I think we just crossed our 10-hour mark. Hold on. I want to be certain before I do this. 513, 113 equal. Divide 60 equal. Nope. We're getting so close. 9.66. Alright, Plugs. You do you, man. Go have fun with the wife. We might still be here when you get back, or we might be offline, but if we're offline, you know we'll always come back. Well, until the day they make it to where we can't no more. Classic Bone Thugs. Alright. So we're at 9.6. I think we're gonna let this go until we hit that approximate of 10, because we shouldn't be too far off that 10-hour approximation. And for less than 3 hours on a video, we're doing pretty good. But altogether, we've been sitting here for over 4.5 hours. So, as much as I don't like getting away from the camera and walking away from the camera while dealing with it, we're gonna turn around and Canna will be right back because Canna's got to use the restroom. Oh. Really, really damn close to it. All right. Okay. No. Yeah. I think we're hitting about. I don't know. I think we'll give it like. What are we at? 2 hours and 36 minutes. I think we'll cut the live stream at 3 hour. That's probably the best thing we can do. It's going to have a hard time uploading anyway with the fact of the storms. It's going to take probably a little bit longer than normal, but once we're done with this one, I'm going to take all three, do the edits that need to be done for the last two, turn them all three public, and then do what we need to do with them. It takes a while. Hold on, folks. Private message. Horny. Got 23 minutes until I'm off live. She's trying to be respectful and not disturb the live stream. Give me back the keyboard, thank you. Hold up, everybody. My brother's calling. Oh, thank you, Siddharth. I forgot that I muted it when I turned around and dealt with the phone call with my brother. You're a lifesaver. I've been talking thinking that the mic was on since I hung up. Oh, oh, oh. Something electrical got hit. Something electrical got hit. Because that just pulsed the house. Oh, that pulsed the apartment good. I watched the green flare of my phone is now charging come up. And it's been hooked up to the charger this whole time to make sure that it stays charged. So yeah, that flared. Um that was a good lightning strike. This storm's getting downright good. And for what it's worth, I think that by the time this stream's up, we're going to turn around and hit that 10-hour mark for watch time just for this video alone. And that is a brand new milestone for the channel. We've never had a video hit 10 hours worth of watch time before. But if my approximations and my math is correct, we're looking at roughly 10 hours worth of watch hours on long form content for this video. 516 114 not multiply, divide 60, because we're at like 9.8 hours as we speak. I think we're actually going to hit the 10-hour mark. We got a fighting chance. I saw that pretty blue behind me. I know what that is. That's another lightning strike. That is pretty. It's gonna be a long night. Mama Canna hates thunder and lightning and yeah, astrophobia. And that pretty fucking blue behind me is all lightning strikes. It's why I got the phone call from my brother. He's worried about the fact of getting out of the truck right now, because he's been hanging out in the truck and kicking back in the truck, not because he's been forced to, but because he chose to. You know, it's his little office area per se. And reality, yeah, even he doesn't want to get out in this storm. I mean, I don't blame him. It sounds like someone's hidden fucking tinfoil sheds up there. But I know what I'm naming this fucking stream. And I know exactly what I'm going to turn around and end up fucking titling it. I'm not going to give that away yet. You know? Not yet. Y'all can figure that one out after we turn around and post it. Because we got 2 more that we need to actually, like, do the edits for before they go up. And yet, I think, reasonably, and then people wonder why I'm glad we have a roof. No matter how fucked the roof is, at least it don't leak. Well, not anymore. Because I cannot guarantee the stream quality, etc. right now. I have no idea what this storm is possibly doing to the video. But that is just pure raw power from Mother Nature. That is amazing. It is amazing, awe-inspiring, and completely 100% fucking fear bait too. Because the amount of sheer power in just one of those lightning strikes, just one, it's enough to put the fear of God into anybody, as the saying goes. 117 115 60 9.9. We're almost at the 10-hour mark, and the storm is hitting it's oh yeah, 10 hours and the storm is going deep, and we still got another 12 minutes left in the stream, which means Canna's gonna have time to take a dab and recover before the end of the stream. Because we're cutting this stream at the 3-hour mark. We're going to let it go 3 hours. We had one slight issue earlier that might have caused a little bit of problem with the fact of the timer on it. That timer might not be totally accurate, but when that timer says 3 hours, we're going to cut the stream. Oh. Yes, you are. I said, come in, and then she climbed. Whoa, whoa. Mirrors and broken, head to toe, and I fell in a pretty thin shirt. She didn't have to, I knew what'd been done to her. Then held her down with questions. I didn't have to damn through enough. I just put it in drive, touched near his eyes, and I stood where he was. Don't know if he's an angel. His angels don't do what he did. I was hell bent to find the man behind all the whiskey scars I had. I done thought my day of justice would come from a judge under a seat. But I knew right then I'd never get hit again when he said to me, get in the truck and just wait in the truck. Bro, wait in the truck is honestly, well, I want to make sure that's right. Yeah. Wait in the truck is honestly the anthem that I have for anyone to listen to when it comes down to my opinion on woman beaters. Okay? If you're harming a woman in the fact of your vicinity, wait in the truck is my answer. If he's an angel, 'cause angels don't do what he did. He was hell-bent to find the man behind all the whiskey scars he had. I never thought my day of justice would come from a judge under a seat. But I knew right then I'd never get hit again when he said to me, wait in the truck, just wait in the truck. Oh, have mercy on me, Lord, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me, Lord, have mercy on me. From time to time. I'm up that night. Forever. Ain't very nice, man, that's true. Well, of a lot better than the place I sent him to. Have mercy on me. 9.96. We almost at 10 hours. We're almost at 10 hours with a 75% community support. At least approximation wise. And we got another 8 minutes to go. Y'all, I think this is honestly, truly possible. I think we're going to break the 10-hour mark before we manage to turn around and hit the end of the live stream. And like we've been saying for a while, the biggest thing we need is subscribers and watch time. But that's for any channel, you know. If you want to like and subscribe and you feel like we have turned around and hit that that special spot where we have earned that like and that subscribe, then we thank you so much for it, because I know that we're coming down to the end of the show, and we're waiting for those final analytics to roll through. We're waiting for the last 8 minutes to roll through, and we're coming down to the point where we like to take any final thoughts, any final comments, you know. But as always, it's been a pleasure. It really has. We're not stopping the show just yet. You know, we still got like another 7 to go. But we appreciate it, everyone. We really do. Figure it out. And other than taking things. And things out. And nothing wrong with a little bit of money. No. I'm good. Oh, we are so close to the tail end of the show. Come on. We're almost there, guys. 9.96 hours approximated. 9.96. That is only 0.04 hours of watch time away from 10 hours. We got 6 minutes left. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we get to that? Can we get to that beautiful 10-hour mark? Or are we going to fall short today? I mean, even if we fall short today, making 9.96 approximated hours, man, that is more than we could even ask for on a 3-hour stream, because that means upwards of 300% output compared to what we turned around and put in. That is just amazing. I love the fact that we are able to turn around and actually get our live analytics at this point and actually are able to access them and got it figured out. 116. That storm's going deep in the background. We got just under 5 minutes left. All right. Every single view counts. We all know it. Oh, we're going 520 multiplied by 116 equal divided by 60. We hit the 10-hour mark. Let's go. Approximated, understanding, approximated. We will not know officially until we kick out of the stream, but approximated, if our math is correct. We just hit our 10-hour mark for a live stream on this channel. That is over 300% the output for the input that we put in. Because we put in 100% every single time, and we know it, but we just broke the 300% marker for the fact of watch time on a live stream for the first time in the channel's history. Oh yeah, that deserves one last dab before the show ends. That just guaranteed it. We're taking one final dab. Y'all, if y'all end up seeing this part of the video, leave them celebration horns in the comment. Okay? Leave the party poppers or whatever you want to call them in the comments if you've made it to this point in the video. But oh yeah, if that approximation is correct, oh, and 13 likes for someone that believes in the older religions and the elder religions, that 13 likes and that 10 hours, that is the ultimate form of an omen for this channel, because that right there says that we are going to grow, and we are going to grow hard. And I am so thankful to everyone that has turned around and made it possible. We're only a month and a half in, folks. We're not even 2 months in. And I guarantee you, if we keep going on the path that we're going and we keep doing what we do, we're going to turn around, and we're going to manage to turn around and get monetized by the fact of May. That is the goal. That is the goal, folks. I want to turn around and see this channel monetized by the fact of May 3rd. Y'all want to give Canna a birthday present? Let's do it and go hard. Let's get the channel monetized. At least for that silver level. You know, let's at least get the fact of the super chats and stuff going. Because truth is, I mean, I know a lot of live streamers, when they don't have those functions, they turn around and they lose views. They lose audience members down the list. You know, let's make it more interactive. But to do it, it means we got to hit that silver level of monetization. But y'all, I guarantee you, if our math is correct and our approximations are right, we have hit that 10-hour mark of live stream today for the fact of output. And that is sick. That is awesome. That is wicked. And I thank every last one of you. Now, dabby do before the video's up. Yeah! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright. We got it. We got it. And managed to get the 10-hour dab in before the end of the episode. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are bloody amazing. Alright, y'all. I said 3 hours. We're holding 3 hours. 75% support. 75% say yes. And we hit a 10-hour mark today. Let's go. If King Live is on, we're going to go over and party, man. For real. We'll catch y'all in the next one.